Hello, everyone. I am happy to go over the details of our upcoming nutrition challenge, which we are calling the Standard. Why are we calling it the Standard? It is because it is straight from CrossFit's World Class Fitness in 100 words. And if you have not read that before, I highly suggest reading it because it is kind of like the blueprint of how do you get fit. And the very beginning of that starts with nutrition. So let's go over exactly what this nutrition challenge is going to entail. First thing is we are focusing on food quality, not quantity. That means all of the food that you're going to be eating over the next 20 days, starting on August 17th, is going to be eat meat and veggies, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. Dun, dun, dun. That is the big one for a lot of people. So why are we focusing on these things? Because these are the things that are going to give you the most nutrients. That means that during these next 28 days, we are trying to stay away from anything that has a label. We'll go over that a little bit more in a tiny bit. The main goal of this challenge is to get you guys feeling better, especially if you're someone who has a lot of aches and pains in your elbow, knees, wrist. A lot of that could be from eating processed foods or just too much sugar. And I would not be surprised if a lot of you saw results from sticking to this as your diet for 28 days. Here's the thing is you're probably thinking, what if I get hungry? Well, guess what? You can eat more meat. You can eat more vegetables, eat more nuts and seeds, eat more of whatever is on this list if you are feeling hungry. Because there is no need right now to weigh and count your calories. We just want to make sure that we are sticking to quality food. Now, let's go over how this works. To sign up for the challenge, all that you need to do is go into the gym and write your name on the whiteboard. There is a huge poster board log waiting for you there. And that's it. Once your name is on there, you are in the challenge. Now, every day that you eat to the standard, you are going to check off your own box on that poster board log. Now, what happens if you eat mostly by the standard, but you have a handful of potato chips at the end of the day? I'm sorry, that does not count. You will not be able to check that box off. Now, the goal of this is to create the longest consistency chain. And what my goal is with this is not perfection, but learning that you have to just get back into the groove of things. When it comes to fitness and nutrition, it's not about perfection. It is about the long run. It is about the consistency over time. And I understand that a lot of people, including myself, have had the all or nothing mindset. But with this challenge, I'm not expecting everyone to hit 28 days in a row. I'm not even expecting one person to hit 28 days in a row. But what I would love to see is that if you go off one day, the following day, you get right back on it. Because that's truly how life is. There's always a holiday coming up, a birthday, a reason to celebrate. And I want you guys to enjoy those moments in life, but I don't want those moments to turn into a lifestyle change and then our health decline because of it. One question that you might have is, what if you miss a day at the gym? That is totally fine. When you get back in, you will go ahead and mark off whatever days you did complete for the nutrition challenge. And everyone loves some milestones to work towards. So here are some milestones that you can strive to hit. First is 7 days in a row, which we're going to call that warmed up. If you can hit 14 days in a row, then I know you're getting locked in. 21 days in a row is like, wow, you are a standard setter. And 28 days in a row means you are a anomaly and a nutrition freak. So anyone who hits 21 days in a row will earn some free merch. So you can earn a Maker's shirt, long sleeve shirt, or tank top, and the color of your choice. One thing that you may be wondering is what counts and what doesn't count. So let's go over that. Now, I think what counts is pretty self-explanatory, but I think the things that people are wondering about is what wouldn't count. So first thing is any added sugar. Candy, desserts, pastries, we kind of all know those ones. However, one thing that I want you to make sure that you do is if you are buying anything that has a label to it, to take a look at that label. And if you see any added sugar on there, that means that you are breaking your chain and you're actually consuming some hidden sugar somehow. Another tip is if you read the ingredient label and anything ends with an OSE, that is another word for sugar, just in disguise. This also means that soda or sweetened drinks are off of the table. Yes, that means frappuccinos are off the table, probably even your vanilla lattes. One of the things, if we look back at the standard list, is it says some fruit, little starch, but you're probably wondering what the heck is some and what the heck is a little. And this is kind of a gray area. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide what is some and what is little. If you look at your plate and most of the plate, 50% or more, is bread or pasta or chips, then that would be you breaking the chain. Another big one for people is alcohol. For this challenge, alcohol is going to count as sugar. And one of the big reasons for this is because I know that a lot of people are dealing with aches and pains, and alcohol could be one of those reasons. Now, do I think that you should live life without alcohol? That's totally up to you. I think it's totally okay to enjoy some every once in a while, but it's when we start consuming it every single day that we can cause our body to become inflamed. And it can also really upset your hormones. Last thing, just one bite of even a sweet thing will be breaking the chain for this challenge. So those are all the details of this nutrition challenge. I hope that everyone tries it out, even if you're not perfect, even if you only mark off 3 days, because I think that there's a lot to be learned here. And like I said, do I expect you to make this a complete lifestyle change? Absolutely not. But what I do expect is that you'll learn a little bit about your body and what it does like and doesn't like, and then you can make a more educated approach towards your nutrition. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or shoot me a text message. But I look forward to seeing your name on the standard leaderboard.